So what can we do about these sorts of events? Law enforcement already has some tools that they can use to address the racers themselves. These include criminal charges for, among other things, reckless driving, reckless endangerment, and in the serious cases, vehicular assault or vehicular homicide. But currently, neither state law nor the Des Moines Municipal Code adequately addresses the large attendance at these events. In 2001, the city of Kent enacted the first unlawful race attendance ordinance in the state of Washington. It has been considered very successful, and it has since been followed by the cities of Kent, Auburn, Puyallup, Sumner, and Fife, among others. So it would be a fair question to ask whether this racing phenomenon is something that's confined down in the valley, and does Des Moines will need to take the step of this ordinance? The answer I'm going to give you to that is that while it is not yet common in Des Moines, it has already been here. What I'm going to show you is a few seconds of footage that was taken in Des Moines last September. A few things you might want to take note of are the large crowd, the extensive tire marks on the asphalt, how close the automobiles get to the pedestrian spectators, and in a minute, how much the traffic is backing up into the city streets. Kent Police have also noted a large number of gatherings on the West Hill on their side of Pacific Highway, and of course, the issues at Redondo have been well documented. The good news on this video is Des Moines Police reports that the owners of the property were very proactive when they were told about this incident. They quickly took steps to ensure that this sort of after-hours event does not happen again. This sort of prevention with the cooperation of property owners is the way we would prefer to keep illegal street racing events out of Des Moines. But the police department, with the concurrence of legal, we believe that a street race attendance ordinance is an appropriate and necessary tool to deal with any events if prevention proves to not be enough. So what would this ordinance do? It creates a new offense called unlawful race attendance that contains three elements. You have to attend an unlawful race event as defined by the ordinance, while knowing that an unlawful race event is occurring, has occurred, or is about to occur, and you have to have the intent to observe, support, encourage, or participate in the event. To help our police, the judge, a jury determine whether these three elements have been met, the ordinance sets out a non-exhaustive list of factors to determine whether the violation has occurred. Some of these are whether the person was interacting with the participants, whether they appear to be acting as a lookout, whether they take flight at the site of police, or whether there's any reasonable explanation why that crowd would be there at that place at that time, other than for illegal street racing events. The penalty for a person who has not previously been charged and found to have committed an unlawful race event attendance charge. The ordinance, as currently drafted, sets the penalty for violation as a Class 2 civil infraction with a penalty of up to $256. For a second offense, where the person has previously been found to commit the offense, it is a misdemeanor with up to 90 days in jail and or a $1,000 fine. The second piece of the ordinance would allow the judge of the judge of the municipal court to issue a stay out of areas of racing order to defendants charged with certain crimes related to illegal street racing, which would include unlawful race attendance. The order can be issued either as a pretrial condition of release, or can also be issued post-conviction as a condition of a suspended sentence or deferred sentence. Conditions of the order may include restriction on going to unlawful race events. It can prohibit the individual from entering a specified area where racing is known to occur, and the judge may impose any other crime-related prohibitions that the judge finds appropriate. Violation of this order would be a separate criminal offense, also a misdemeanor, and would subject the violator to immediate arrest.